All right, the last thing that we have to look at in this session is how we may have to write these equations. Now, they vary in level of difficulty. Some of them are pretty straightforward. I got every one of these problems from your textbook. So this came off of page 36. Here they talk about a mining town. You can buy souvenir nuggets of gold, silver, and bronze. So each time you're going to spend $20. Each one of these is worth, for $20, you can buy this. So there's 3 different ways you can spend $20. You can get 14 gold nuggets, 20 silver, and 24. So it's just think about, there's 3 different packages. Inside this one package, there's this many things. It costs $20. Inside this package, there's this many things, and you can get 20. Y'all know about variety packs, and that's what this is. This is just 3 different variety packs. It is a lot of numbers, and it is a lot of words. You have to read the whole thing, get an idea of a big picture, and then you have to try to kind of take it apart a little bit at a time. So every time I'm spending $20, and this is how I'm spending it. This is another way I'm spending it. This is a third way I'm spending it. And usually all you got to do is stick a variable right there instead of a word. So, which is exactly what they did. Notice that they've got right here, my pen is upside down. They've got 14 gold, the word 14 gold, and they just changed that to 14G. Then they've got 20S, 24 bronze. They've got the word bronze, they just changed it to B, and then they set that equal to how much it cost. And then they did the same thing. So the equation was written almost exactly the way that the sentence was written. Now that's a pretty easy one, okay? And then of course, I expect you to be able to take this now and turn it into a matrix. And I'm not going to do this for all of them. I expect you to be able to do it. And maybe, I don't know, I may turn this into your homework assignment. Who knows? This would be gold, silver, bronze, and that would equal 20, 20, 20. This would be your matrix A. This would be your matrix B. And then in the calculator, you would type in inverse A times B to get your answer. All right. So the next one is, again, pretty straightforward. They give you this table right here. Write a system of equations. You'll find this on page 41. Okay, well, there's 3 different time slots. And in this time slot, this is what was sold. And this is how much money you made. In the second time slot from 2 to 3, you sold 9 small cups, 12 medium cups, 5 large cups. And this is how much money you made. So this is pretty straightforward. I mean, all you do is take these numbers. I mean, this and this, for goodness sakes, is your matrix. This is your matrix right here. This is your coefficient matrix. This is your matrix B. This is your matrix A. This is your matrix B. So tables are usually really, really easy, okay, to set up. Oh, got one more down here. This one is a little bit more complicated, okay? They give you some information right here. She makes some greeting cards. They come in packs of 4 for this much money, 6 for this much money, 10 for this much money. Then they tell you something about it. She sold this many, and then this many packs, and then she sold this many cards altogether. So when you have to take this equation right here, you have to take all of the information. So I start by looking right here. She sold 16 packs. Okay, so 16 packs. What were those packs made up of? Small, medium, and large. Small, medium, large. So she sold some number of small, some number of medium, some number of large, but she sold 16 of those. Okay, now they tell us that she sold, those packs contained 92 of her cards. So this is a total amount of cards. So you needed an equation for cards. So the packs 4 right here There's 4 in this pack, there's 6 in this medium-sized pack, and there's 10 in the large pack. Okay, so that's a count. That's how many there are. 4 cards in this pack, 6 cards in this pack, 10 cards in that pack. So we're counting how many cards right here. What are we counting down here? We're counting money. So we've got $11 for small, $15 for medium, $20 for large. So each time, each one of these equations, we were counting a different thing. Here we're counting how many packs we have. Here we're counting how many cards we have. Here we're counting how much money we made. And that's a very common theme for these word problems. Okay, and again, you should be able to set up your matrix equation and solve it. Okay, the last one I'm going to do over here, it's not worked out for you, so we're going to work this out together, and we're going to just do one at a time. A farmer plans to grow corn, soybeans, and wheat, and they want me to use C to stand for corn, S to stand for soybeans, and W to stand for wheat. And the first piece of information that they're going to give us is that we have 500 acres to plant. So that's pretty straightforward. We're going to be counting the number of acres. So corn plus soybean plus wheat, those are acres. Altogether, we should have 500 of those acres. The next thing they're going to tell us is that growing the acres of corn costs this much money. Corn is this much, soybeans is this much, and wheat costs this much. Well, so as we read it, we're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to do $390 for every acre of corn, plus $190 for each acre of soybean, plus $170 for each acre of wheat, and then all together, that's a budget of $1,119,000. Okay, so I've now got 2 equations, each one of them with C, S, and W. I pretty much wrote it exactly the way that I read it. Now this one down here is the one that throws most people for the loop. The farmer plans to grow twice as many acres of wheat as corn. So we're only going to have an equation. The only thing that our equation here is going to have in it is corn and wheat. All right, so here's the way that I handle this. I ask myself, the farmer plans to grow twice as many acres of wheat as he does corn. Most people can say, my question is, what does he grow more of? What does he grow more of? Which one does he grow the most of? The farmer plans to grow twice as many acres of wheat as acres of corn. What does he grow the most of? Most people say wheat. He grows more wheat than he does corn. And so I write my equation with wheat equal to corn just for a minute. And then I say, you're right, he does grow more wheat. So I've got to do this to my smaller amount. I've got to take my smaller amount. You've already told me right here, he grows more wheat. So that one's going to be left alone, and then we double how much corn we have. Twice as many acres of wheat as corn. Everybody says I write that backwards, but it's not. That's why these are hard to write. The farmer plans to grow twice as many acres of wheat as he grows corn. So if I tell you he grows 4 acres of corn or 40 acres of corn, he's going to grow 80 acres of wheat. So you take the amount of corn that he grows, you double it, and you'll know how much wheat he has. You can do it the other way, and you can you can take the amount of wheat that he has and half it, and that equals how much corn, but this way always works better. Figure out what he grows more of, and that's the variable that's isolated, and then you do whatever it says right here to the smaller variable. Okay, so look at these equations. This one is set up really nice for the matrix equation. C plus S plus W equals 500. That's written really nice. This is 390C plus 190S plus 170W. That goes in line really well. And then we've got this one. We've got W, which is way over here, equals 2C. Well, first of all, that's not in standard form. We need this C over here with these C's. So we got to say minus 2C. Okay? Minus 2C from both sides. And when we do that, that right there leaves that to be 0. So now this equation is minus 2C. We don't have any S's. Plus 1W is equal to 0. Where did the 0 come from? It came from saying positive 2 minus 2C. Do you see this, how this equation has to be written so that it works with these other two up here? So we have 1, 1, 1, 390, 190, 170, negative 2, 0, 1. There's your matrix A, and then your matrix B. That's your matrix A, and then your matrix B is 500, 1, 1, 9, 0, 0, 0, and 0. Okay, so you should be able to now go, this is actually writing all three of them together. Corn plus soybeans plus wheat equals 900. 390 corn plus 190 S plus 170 wheat equals 0, 0, 0. And then this is negative 2C plus 0S plus 1 wheat equals 0. So there is your system of equations, and then we turned it into this, and now you can type that in your calculator and find out how many acres of corn, how many acres of soybean, and how many acres of wheat. Corn equals soybean equals wheat equals. I can see that this these questions will most likely end up being your homework.